Cults attract more members by appealing to their hopes and needs. Cult meaning: a religious organization that is devoted to an idea or person. Defining characteristics: the 12 tribes and Scientology have leaders that provide a unique belief system with a group of unwavering believers.
Historical development of both cults. Historical significance. Developed in the early 1950s by L. Ron Hubbard, Scientology has been a controversial yet historical religion in the time has been alive. Due to its oppositions to established religions, fusion of science fiction, self-help, and religious beliefs, it has attracted its fair share of historical attention. The 12 Tribes, a religious group founded by Gene Spriggs in the early 1970s, is historically significant for its unconventional interpretations of Christian doctrine and its communal lifestyle. They have also been known for their severe discipline, rigorous hierarchical structure, and homeschooling methods that raise concerns in relation to child abuse. Cultural development. The culture that resides in Scientology is a rare one. It is said to be a synthesis of spirituality and science, with the belief in an immortal spirit and healthier souls on earth. Scientology usually focuses on spirit rather than heaven, hell, or the afterlife. With a folky message of love and peace, and everyone is welcome, the 12 Tribes attracts new members. On the other hand, according to ex-members, it is nothing but a lying and manipulative cult that seeks to maintain complete control of its followers. Social development. Scientology developed socially through a combination of charismatic leadership, strategic marketing, and many legal battles. They aggressively pursued recruitment through books, media, and celebrity endorsements. The 12 Tribes cult developed socially following a mix of communal living, religious zeal, and outreach efforts designed to attract disaffected individuals seeking a sense of purpose.
You've probably heard of Scientology.
Why is it a religion? What's it clear? What's it mean?
Well, whatever you have heard, if you haven't heard it from us, I can assure you, we are not what you expect. So take a look, and then decide for yourself.
The psychological and sociological tactics of Scientology. The leaders running Scientology make each member go through the audit process, looking for the root causes of their past traumas, receiving spiritual enlightenment, and experiencing personal growth. The auditor asks new members multiple questions to try to find the sources of the traumas using an e-meter device. This device registers emotional reactions by measuring the body's electrical flow. During the process, auditors ask specific questions and provide certain directions to each new member to assist them in identifying areas of spiritual affliction and help them improve in those areas. Members must revisit those experiences to try to balance them out by reflecting on which aspects need further understanding and by working to change their mindsets to become more spiritual. This is known as reaching the state of clear. The cult has a rehabilitation project force within their brainwashing program. The wayward members are forced to attend the program where they are punished in many different forms while being trained in certain skills to become more spiritual. For Scientology members to improve their job performances and remove their negative personality traits, they are assigned RPF assignments. Typically, these members are forcefully escorted to the RPF by armed guards in case any member refuses to go. The organization attracts more clients by offering free personality tests. These tests let individuals know they need to alter their traits no matter what, and the recruiters are paid commissions when the church receives newcomers. In the 1980s, the founder of Scientology wanted to quickly expand the cult and maintain success by turning the cult into a religious organization and turning away from being a psychological and philosophical theory. Hubbard turned Scientology into the Church of Scientology for the organization to be considered a legitimate Christian organization. His intentions were also to make Scientology sound less like a cult to retain clients better. The Church of Scientology has transformed to a rational organization that is consistent with market economy standards. For example, most members are married, educated, and freely elected to join the church. A client-like relationship between the organization and its members resembles that of a client and service provider. The fees charged for auditing are set at levels deemed acceptable by the market demand. Scientology also promotes its services in magazines and on TV. In the top right-hand corner is an e-meter device, and these are the functions. There's a sensitivity booster, digital clock, trim knob, and so on. The instilled ideologies and mentality of Scientology. Inspired fears mentality. The Church of Scientology believes that when people become clear, they have achieved a state of mental clarity or freedom from the negative effects of past traumas and conditioning. Members who didn't recognize the redemption that's received in the assignments were forced to work in harsher programs. The participants were not allowed to go back to the redemption assignments until they recognized their need to be saved. Another Scientology belief is that an ancient group of people were destroyed and became body demons who always hold on to people and cause more traumas for those people. Thought-terminating cliches. The cult's core belief is that every person has a reactive mind that responds to life's traumas, disrupting the mind and keeping oneself from experiencing reality. Leaders feel all members must work their way up to freedom. The organization wants its members to know they have full potential to reach the top of the clear stage. The church adheres to a doctrine of exchange whereby individuals who receive something are required to give something back, often in the form of fees and commission payments for sessions. Scientologists claim the purpose of the church is for self-improvement. Us versus them mentality. Scientologists believe each person is a thethan, meaning an immortal spiritual being. Some members in the cult hold that they can use their minds to change the material world around them. They also reject any medical and psychiatric drugs because it interferes with the functioning of the rational mind. The leaders of the cult tend to have much more power than the members because the leaders guide the members in the audit process and the RPF assignments. In the bottom right-hand corner is a picture of L. Ron Hubbard, who was the founder of Scientology.
Scientology was founded in 1951 by Ron Hubbard. Ever since it was founded, the media has been interested in covering its unique teachings. From 2009 to 2013, the Church of Scientology faced many challenges. In 2009, an anti-Scientology group arose, threatening the religious group with leaked secrets from whistleblowers. In 2013, an article written, "Why the Media is No Longer Afraid of Scientology," explains an incident where a reporter, Robert Wilkos, was threatened with the poisoning of his dog. Though he has no proof the Church of Scientology was behind it. The media's portrayal of Scientology has evolved over the years, a major headline being many A-list celebrities are members of the suspected cult. Tom Cruise, Danny Masterson, and John Travolta, to name a few. There are also many films depicting the lives of the Scientology members. Going Clear, Scientology and the Prison of Belief, and My Scientology Movie depicts Scientology in a negative light. This has caused many individuals to change their perception of the church and its teachings.
The cult's founder was Albert Eugene Spriggs Jr. He lived from May 18th, 1937, and died on January 11th, 2021. The cult calls their leader or their higher power Yeshua, a Hebrew name for who many people know as Jesus. The 12 tribes claim that Master Yeshua was one of the most misunderstood men that had ever walked on the planet. They referred to him as the healer who healed all that came to him. The cult uses an all-are-welcome message to attract new members, and the 12 tribe uses phrases such as, every person and position is vitally necessary. We are a tribal people. No one is overlooked or unimportant. The cult believes in a life lived in unity as naturally as possible. They all live together in a community. Some are referred to as beehives. Their vision is the formation of a new nation. Common biases, misinformation, or gaps in knowledge of the 12 tribes. Some personal assumptions of mine are that the Yellow Deli restaurant in Vista seemed like a normal cafe. The food was tasteful and the prices seemed reasonable. It was not until after my first visit that I found out the religious group, the 12 tribes, were the people running the cafe. However, I didn't notice any staff that seemed questionably young. However, in 2024, it feels normal to see teenagers in the workplace, so I wouldn't assume that there are any child labor laws being broken. On my visit there, I believe there was only one hostess that was the one who greeted us and also the one that served us, as well as maybe one cook in the back serving the entire restaurant. Some general assumptions that can be made would be that the 12 tribes is more than just a community. They are a unit of one where everyone works together towards a better purpose of a higher power. The group is welcoming to all and gives plenty of information on their website of what they do and where to find them, such as activities that include the high point of our life in the morning, evening gatherings, as well as gathering in circle to share their heart songs, dancing, and prayers. They share meals together, as well as sincerity of heart. And on Friday afternoons, they close the deli at 3 p.m. and gather at 6 p.m. in their homes for special Sabbath Eve celebrations. They seem to extend invites to all, as they state on their website. There is always lots of good sharing of hearts, a special meal, and festive dancing. We would be very honored for you to come. Some legal impacts against the 12 tribes were in 2022 when a fire destroyed more than 900 homes and forced 35,000 people to evacuate their homes between Denver and Boulder, Colorado. The fire was shown to originate on a property owned by the 12 tribes, as several witnesses who lived nearby said that they had alerted authorities about the fire at the site before hurricane-force winds spread the flames around Boulder County. A video emerged on social media that pushed investigators to get a search warrant for the 12 tribes property. However, they had trouble identifying the cause of the fire.
CBSN Boston's Christina Hager has the story of one former member who left a controversial religious group and the counselors who say they've helped dozens of others cut ties too.
My name is Carolyn, and I was a former disciple of the 12 tribes.
12 Tribes has long battled accusations of being a cult.
It's a lot like a toxic, abusive relationship. The way people are pulled in.
Carolyn Figuera lived with a commune in Savannah, Georgia. In Massachusetts, 12 Tribes has properties in Milton, Raynham, Hyannis, and Plymouth, where the I-Team visited the popular Blue Blinds Bakery, now called the Yellow Deli. It's a 12 Tribes chain where Figuera worked in her city.
What is going on behind that nice-looking exterior?
They control your logic and your thinking, and they control your money.
Recruiting materials were scattered throughout where we sat. A book called A Brand New Culture says we don't make decisions apart.
An idea you came up with on your own, then then that's a sign that it's from the evil one, it's from the devil.
FBI documents show 12 tribes' communes across the country have been targets of federal child abuse investigations, but none has resulted in charges. Several years ago, OSHA looked into a child labor complaint at a 12 tribes construction site here in Plymouth. Again, no fines. But Figuera says hitting children with sticks was a regular practice at her commune.
They're placed everywhere so parents can just grab them whenever the kid needs to be disciplined.
When we asked the community about the accusations, a spokesperson responded, "We aren't strangers to controversy, and many of these allegations are quite old and tired." Figuera, who's Dominican American, also says 12 Tribes' teachings are racist.
Black people need to live a life of slavery or in servitude to white man in order to redeem themselves from their curse.
But a 12 Tribes spokesperson told us we continue every day trying to make a home for the lonely and show God's love to people of all backgrounds and races.
How does someone break away from that mind control?
You just want them to have other information so that they can make an informed decision.
Counselors Bob and Judy Pardon are critics of the group who say they've helped Figuera and at least 30 others break away, the most recent in 2017.
These have a lasting impact.
Right, they do.
That you've got to be intentional if you leave that group in order to heal.
It's so similar to just an emotionally abusive relationship.
The Pardons are concerned the instability caused by the pandemic has made people even more vulnerable to groups that allegedly use mind control. For the I-Team, Christina Hager, CBSN, Boston.
In conclusion, would our group define our chosen cults as cults? Yes, because both cults were and are rejected by various organizations. Also, the cults are accused of being master manipulators who convince their followers that the cult's ways are the right and not to question them. If yes, how culty is this? Both cults have no tolerance for questioning and criticism. Each cult has an unrestricted authoritarian rule and lacks any form of oversight or responsibility.